Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel, and today we're going to be talking about the complete works of Drew Struzan book. Oh, this is a beautiful book. If you don't know who Drew Struzan is, you do know who he is. You just don't know his name, you know his work. I 100% guarantee it, and there is no legal bearing on that. So if you don't know who he is, you can't sue me. I think that's how the terms on service, whatever, don't read that. Anyway, the complete works of Drew Struzan, we're going to be talking about a lot of the posters, the movie art that he has done. So let's go ahead and take a look at the book. You can't beat Drew Struzan. Excited to open this and show you. As always, we never go through every single page of these books because I want you to be able to enjoy it yourself and you know, kind of live it on your own. But we will kind of flip through some things. There's some information about Drew. I think he's got a little opening greeting in here, an introduction to the book and his work. And then we just got wonderful, great Drew artwork. There is a documentary, I believe it's called I Am Drew, maybe? Something like that? I don't know. Look it up. I think it's on Amazon. So look up Drew Struzan. If you Google him, you'll find Drew Struzan documentary. Will get you there. But I was watching that. We were talking about this. This is from The Thing, the poster. And I believe, as far as I remember from the documentary, the story he was telling about this is that the timeline for this film was so short as far as them wanting a poster and to start advertising, but they didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't know what the thing was. They didn't know what the monster was. And so for lack of detail, he just decided to not show anything and then put this light coming out of the guy. And it ended up being like this huge iconic poster for the time frame. People remember it. And he just literally had no idea what the movie was about, I believe. So it shows you kind of his talent. But, as we go along, you'll see, like, these photos, they look realistic. They look as though they're photographs. And, it looks like Steve Irwin. It looks like you took a photo of Steve Irwin, you put it in Photoshop, and you applied a couple filters to it. But no, this is just real Drew Struzan paintings. Everything from Star Wars, The Green Mile, more Star Wars. He's done just so much. Shawshank Redemption. Like, this is such an iconic cover. I remember, having the DVD of this, and that was on the cover. I remember seeing this exactly as it is, and it's so realistic looking, but it's got such a style to it. If you just took if you took photos of these actors, put them in the same configuration, it would not have the same appeal. It would not have the same polish, the same luster. It just would not. I love Drew. Drew also got involved with Jim Henson Studios and the Muppets, and I think he did, once he did the first poster, which may have been this one. Oh, and look at that, the Back to the Future. Look at the 3. It's just he's just so good. Like, if you go through this book and you don't find at least one photo, you have not lived your life. If you don't find one photo that you recognize from a classic film that you've seen, you have not lived your life to the fullest. You have to at least recognize one of these. So I think this may have been the first one that he did. He did the cover to it. I think this was the first one for the poster for the Muppets movie. And then they just hired him to come and do all of them. And so, yeah, I just think he just does such a super job. What was this, Dinosaurs? Is that what it's called? Dinosaurs Take Manhattan? New York Dinosaur? I don't remember what it was. Goonies, DuckTales, Return to Oz. I don't know how many of you remember that. And some things in here, like I remember this having the movie, and this was the cover. I didn't have the original posters or anything, but this was the cover. I don't remember this imagery at all. So this may have just been a variant, or it could have been a poster that came out, or something that was unreleased even. The Police Academy movies. I'm getting in some Walking Dead stuff. Yeah, publishing. I don't know what this is. Blue something. There's some more Star Wars. So he might have done some work for some of the universe stuff, the books and those types of things. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't read through this book specifically to know the details. Mad Magazine. Drew is just such a classic guy. Oh, getting into some Jurassic Parky stuff, it looks like here. I'm just guessing that's Jurassic Park. It might not be. Maybe it was just some random artwork. E.T. I was hoping to flutter through and find Hook. I love Hook. I have that poster hanging up as we speak, and Indiana Jones, and I'm trying to find, well, I think Hook would be much further back. Coming to America 2 is coming out. Maybe Drew can do the poster for that one as well. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not seeing I'm not finding Hook, which is sad. Oh, Hocus Pocus. God, it's just, again, like, if you don't recognize some of these, I just think we have to have a discussion. Maybe it means that you have lived your life more fully than I have because you're not watching movies all day. But Drew Struzan is great. I would strongly recommend his documentary. I think it's called I Am Drew. But the Drew Struzan documentary, go ahead and Google that, and then you'll find that doc, and then I would recommend watching it. It's a really interesting story. It's actually a kind of a sad documentary to hear about some of the issues he had in his business dealings with his artwork. But I mean, clearly he is just a profound and unique artist, and really superb. So that's really cool. I hope that you knew the name Drew Struzan before coming into the video. If you didn't know the name, I hope that you know it now, and I hope that you remember that he's a fabulous artist. He did a lot to change the landscape of movie posters. I mean, he did a lot of the, iconic and famous movie posters over the course of the years, and this book really summarizes his work and shows them in all of their glory. I mean, the fact that, like, when I was a kid looking at one of these posters, I really liked Hook as an example, and as far as I was concerned, it was a photograph of Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts and Bob Hoskins. It was the photograph of them on this poster. I mean, I didn't realize it was actually a painting. I mean, the realism that he puts into his work is just incredible. And to have a book that has all these posters together, I will likely never own an original piece of Drew Struzan art. I could hope so. But I likely will never own it because I'm sure they're very expensive and they're very rare and they're in private collections. But to be able to have these, just sitting on your shelf and be able to have that nostalgia with people as you flip through these and say, oh, do you remember this poster? Oh, do you remember that poster? Oh, I remember that movie. It's just really cool. So great book, great conversation piece, a great thing to put on your shelf, a great piece of artwork, really well done. I mean, it's sleek, it's sexy style to the book. It's, book jacket is, has a good feel to it and all those types of things. So love the book. If you like Drew Struzan, you like movie poster art, you like any of those things, this is one to consider getting. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time right here on Pop Art Podcast.